LJN, the Rainbow of Doom. Most people despise the company and their supposedly crappy games, but I actually enjoy them, and that's why I now don the moniker of the LJN Defender! Hello and welcome to the final LJN Defender Championship Federation League free preview event. Madman Edgeros here once again in this spectacular arena. Oh, who the hell am I kidding? This place is the dump. Our budget is down to nickels and dimes after that explosive finale from 2 years ago, so Madman has to deal with the crappy cards he's been dealt. The show may not be as flashy, but we've still got 4 fierce contenders that are hungry for action and want to prove themselves. So let's enter the ring for the first match. Bucking the tradition of the past 2 years, I've decided to review these last remaining WWF games in reverse chronological order for reasons that will soon be made clear. WWF Raw was released in December 1994 and was developed by Real-Time Associates, whose portfolio, coincidentally enough, consists of a number of the entries on my top 10 list of kiddiest kids games. Being that this is the most recent title in this video, Raw has more to offer than some of its handheld predecessors. The roster is pretty solid, consisting of such heavyweights as Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, and Razor Ramon. The play options include the standard one-on-one and tag team modes, which are further broken down into One Fall Brawl, Tournament, and Survivor Series. Upon initial inspection, the overall presentation is of a quality expected from the company that was responsible for the awesome NES port of Maniac Mansion. The graphics are advanced for the platform and do a decent job of capturing the likenesses of the athletes. The basic control scheme ensures that the typical punches, kicks, and grapples are executed smoothly via A and B button combos, and the audio department is comprised of a single energetic theme that I dig. Unfortunately, there's a major flaw in the mechanics that ruined Raw for me. The hit detection is incredibly wonky, and performing any sort of aerial attack will remove a chunk of health from the meter. Yes, Real-Time Associates punishes us for trying to do anything fun, so the only safe strategy for attaining victory is to stand in place and mash buttons. Needless to say, I was bored to tears. I have no idea how they screwed up something so simple, but they did, and I can't recommend Raw because of this blunder. Wow, what a rough start to this event. I guess in a way that it's kind of fitting, considering, well, you know. Anyway, let's not dwell on Real-Time Associates' mistakes. Our next fighter should hopefully pick up the slack and provide a fun wrestling experience. We've seen what its NES counterpart was capable of last year, so let's find out if King of the Ring finally lives up to its name. The portable version of King of the Ring hit the market 2 months before its NES sibling in September 1993 and was also developed by East Ridge Technology. Not surprisingly, the two are virtually identical. The sprite style, music, controls, and options are the same. The only areas that the NES shows its hardware superiority is in the sound effects and the addition of The Undertaker and Bam Bam Bigelow to the roster, but the fact that Nintendo's classic Gray Brick could hold nearly as much info as its bigger console brother is very impressive. Honestly, that says more about the NES release and reinforces my disappointment with it. King of the Ring fits perfectly on the smaller resolution Game Boy screen, whereas it feels empty and dated on the NES, so the pint-sized combatant has the advantage. On a different note, I look back on my previous review in preparation for this one, and I see that I was a bit too harsh on the soundtrack. It's true that the renditions of these iconic themes are mostly weak and laughable, but I'll admit that I've fallen in love with Lex Luger's. It's simple but sadly beautiful, and it gives me the chills. Scott Marshall, I forgive you. let's give it up for King of the Ring, ladies and gentlemen. It was the worst performer in last year's event, but it's made quite an improvement and earned my respect in the process. Bravo! Closing out tonight's show is the Tag Team Titans with a pedigree so powerful that it just might destroy this already pitiful stadium. Get ready to be rocked by the combined assault of WWF Superstars 1 and 2. WWF Superstars 1 and 2 were released on April 1991 and August 1992, respectively. In keeping with the reverse chronology, I'm going to tackle the sequel first. Superstars 2 was developed by Sculptured Software and literally kicks off with a bang. That is hilariously amazing, and I wouldn't expect any less from the designers of the fantastic WWF 16-bit trilogy. Superstars 2 shares a lot in common with another Sculptured Software effort, WWF Steel Cage Challenge. They feature the same play modes, the select button health refill trick, music from Paul Webb, and similar rosters including The Undertaker, Macho Man, and Hulk Hogan. Steel Cage Challenge boasted a larger lineup with 10 wrestlers, but their sprites were tiny and lacked detail in the semi-isometric perspective. Superstars 2 wisely used the extra space to enhance the aesthetics, resulting in huge sprites that perfectly capture the essence of the titular characters. The action is adrenaline-packed, the controls are tight, and the addition of the steel cage to the mix really sets Superstars 2 above the competition. Sculptured Software killed it as they always do, so I think I may have to crown this one the true King of the Ring. I mean, it's not like anything could possibly top... Is that? Could it be? Yes, it is! Say it with me, folks! The ultimate f***ing warrior! My favorite wrestler returns to the 8-bit arena via the original WWF Superstars, which was developed by Rare. Being the oldest game in this video, WWF Superstars offers the least bang for the buck. In fact, it only has one play mode, a bare bones tournament with either the best of 1 or 3 falls. However, Superstars has enough heart and charm to elevate it miles above its successors. As soon as the title screen appeared and the phenomenal David Wise soundtrack kicked in, I knew that Rare would be claimed the victor for the second year in a row. Superstars has a similar aesthetic to WrestleMania Challenge, but it's better in every way. The roster may be smaller, but it's all killer and no filler. The Ultimate Warrior is the obvious highlight, but he's joined by the $1 Million Man, Mr. Perfect, the Macho Man, and Hulk Hogan. Each of the legendary athletes is represented faithfully in traditional promo-esque cutscenes where they spout their signature catchphrases and then trade insults back and forth. As an old school wrestling fan, I adored this, and it made me nostalgic for the glorious WrestleManias of my youth. In regards to the gameplay, the clunky top-down style of WrestleMania Challenge is swapped in favor of a 2D fixed perspective, and the varying musical themes are replaced by the terrific title track. The controls are extremely simple and satisfying. The A button delivers a barrage of punches and kicks, while B grabs and tosses our opponents to the ground, and pressing A when they're down will produce an elbow or knee drop. A cool feature that is unique to the original Superstars involves the select button. Pressing it when the star appears will fling our rivals over the ropes and out of the ring. I had a hard time with getting this to work on a consistent basis, but that made it all the more thrilling when it did. I played through the tournament with each of the Hall of Fame members, but I was only able to beat it once, since all it takes is a single defeat to go back to the title screen. With whom was I able to overcome the odds and triumph in the face of adversity? Yes, I summoned the warrior spirit and put that chump Hulk Hogan in his place. The Ultimate Warrior is unstoppable in WWF Superstars, and even though he kept me from seeing any of the other endings because of how tenacious he was as the final boss, I couldn't be happier about it. This is a very fitting tribute to the force of nature, otherwise known as James Helvig, and it gets the LJN Defender seal of approval. unbelievable! The Ultimate Warrior comes from out of nowhere and crushes the competition. WWF Superstars is the undisputed champion and closes out this final free preview event in style. This may be the end of the LJN WWF trilogy, but this is not the last you'll see of Mad Matt. I shall return to my polo-shirted glory whenever there are more wrestling games to cover, but for now, be sure to come back for a Cygnus Destroyer ROM hack review. Until then, this is Mad Matt Esdros saying good night and farewell. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, click any of the boxes on the screen right now and you'll be able to watch a few more of my videos. And if you haven't already, be sure to click that red box right there in the corner and that'll subscribe to the channel and you'll be able to keep up to date with all of my current content. Thanks again, everyone.